Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this Monday, January 27th. Man, things are changing. Winds of change are blowing through right now as I do this live podcast. For those of you listening to the recorded version, it's 4:25 a.m. Central Time as the podcast gets underway. Cold front just passed through the Bowling Green area. Southern Kentucky now into Middle Tennessee, headed for the Cumberland Plateau. With it, winds have been gusty this morning, 30 to 40 miles per hour, and that's going to continue for at least a few more hours until just after sunrise, and then the winds will still be breezy today, but will relax. We won't have those 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts, but it's still going to be on the breezy side, and temperatures are falling rapidly. Now, we're not seeing very much in the way of precipitation out of this. Some of you may pick up a raindrop or a snowflake, depending on the temperature, but it is the wind and the temperature that is the big deal this morning. Yesterday was such a gorgeous day. We made it all the way to 60 degrees. Officially in Bowling Green, that happened at 3:30 in the afternoon at the Bowling Green Airport. Now, that wasn't a record. The record for yesterday, the record high, 71 degrees, set back in 1962. So, not even close to the record. 46, though, is where we should be for an average high temperature. So we were 14 degrees above average. And the low was 16 yesterday. 16. So 27 is where we should be. That's an 11-degree difference. So we had, 44? There was a 44-degree rise in temperature from early yesterday morning until the afternoon at 3:30. We went from 16 degrees all the way to 60. It's just a crazy winter. And somebody asked me at church yesterday, someone young, has this ever happened before? I'm kind of scared. I don't understand. What? And I'm like, yes, this has happened before. It's happened many, many times. It's just not in your generation. And that goes back to something I've said here many, many times. Weather memories are generational. It depends on what age you are and where you're from. You know, the weather is certainly relative to your age and to what part of the country you're from. But the ones that start the panic are the ones who are usually either not from this area or they're young. And they just have never experienced, some of them have not experienced the kind of winter we're experiencing right now, but those of you that are my age, 50 plus, we've seen this happen before, the 70s. And for years I've been saying this is going to happen again. The weather is cyclical. It has nothing to do with the global warming hoax. This is all cyclical, and the weather has always done this, and it always will. Man cannot change that, period. So when, the alarmists get out there and start, wanting your money to do more research, that's all they're after. Scaring you into giving them some money. They've got to do their college research and got to do their, hypothesis and theses and everything on, well, if man did this, then this is the result. And none of them will come to the simple conclusion that this world is bigger than they are, was not created by them, and therefore they can't change it. So, when the winter weather acts like this, I'm not surprised. I knew it was coming. It always does. It just hasn't happened in a long time. And now, people are, well, I don't understand. Oh, boy. Look back through the record. Of course, nobody wants to take the time to do the research to look back through the records and see when we've had winters like this before. We call them analogs. You can look them up on the internet, and you can do comparisons, pattern changes, atmospheric changes, the resulting weather. It's all there. No one wants to take the time to look them up. That's what our job is. So that's why I'm telling you, don't panic when you look at this weather. Crazy winter weather. I don't understand. I've not seen this. Well, it's happened before. Calm down. It's okay. It's a winter like I remember in the 70s. It'll be fine. We'll get through it like we always do. But I tell you, if you haven't prepared for the bitter cold, you're going to have to, let the faucets drip, open the cabinet doors. Your car door is probably going to get stuck again, iced over. We're not calling for a lot of snow or anything like that. In fact, it's going to be quiet the next few days. It's just going to be bitterly cold. And that can freeze your pipes, and that can do a number on pets and the elderly. Check on them, make sure they're okay. And yourself, just bundle up. We'll be fine. We've been through this before, just a couple of weeks ago. And it looks like we're going to warm up toward the weekend. So there's a little bit of good news. We've had no measurable precipitation past 24 hours. We're at 1.75 for the month of January, as this is the final week of January. Can you believe it? February starts on Saturday. Windy and colder. We've been watching temperatures fall like a rock this morning. We started out early in the 40s, and then we've been watching them drop all morning now into the 30s and 20s. We're already seeing some single-digit wind chills off to the north of us on the mesonet sites. And that's the way it's going to feel this morning when you step out to get into your car. It won't feel like yesterday at all. The harsh reality is winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour, rapidly falling temperatures, which will be in the teens and single digits as you go to work this morning. So we'll see a mix of sun and clouds later. We're going to say a high around 24, but that's not the high of the day. That's not the maximum. We'll average it out to 24, but temperatures will be falling into the teens by this afternoon. Northwest winds 12 to 24 with gusts to 34. Single-digit teen wind chills. Partly cloudy, breezy, very cold tonight. Prepare yourselves for a low around 0 for Bowling Green at South Central Kentucky. And then for Tuesday, very cold, mostly sunny, 16 with a low tomorrow night of 2. Wednesday, with a southwest wind, we try to recover a little bit. Sunshine and 24. Thursday, mostly sunny, 38. Friday, a system comes in with a chance of some light rain or snow showers, depending on temperature. This one's a tough call as to the precipitation type. We can't lock that down just yet. 41 for a high, 32 for a low, so there could be a mix in there. And then for the first day of February, on Saturday, just a 40% chance of all rain, as we'll warm up to 48. Sunday, a 40% chance of rain, and a high all the way to 50. So we are going to recover, and very nicely, as we get into the upcoming weekend. It's just the next few days and nights. Single digits, highs in the teens and 20s. Winds bitter, at or below 0 wind chills at times, and the potential to freeze things up again. This could do a number on your car batteries. This could do a number on the power grid, as we've seen problems when it gets this cold in the past. The use of energy, heat, all that. It takes a strain, a toll on all that. So just be prepared. Yesterday was wonderful, but now not so good. Looks like I'm hearing some new updates here. Wind chill advisories going into effect. They have been in effect. Wind advisory in effect through this morning, Wind chill advisories down into Middle Tennessee this morning for those sub-zero wind chills or near-zero wind chills that are coming in as we speak. So, again, dress warmly this morning. A stark reality to what you had yesterday. That's gone, at least for several days. And not much in the way of rain or snow out there, so we're not worried about road conditions or anything like that. Well, thanks for listening. God bless as always. Have a great day. And know the weather before it knows you. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky and streaming live to WBKO.com.